So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the next steps. One of the other collections I discussed just in the previous video was this one. It's called Arab Soul. Interesting. And you can see in the top right, it says Arab Dog. So let's see what this one's about. Now, at the moment, I have it on a minute chart. And what I want to do, as per the previous video, is first change to market cap. That's essential to do. And you can see we're very, very early in at the moment. And where are these lines? Look at that. Isn't that weird? They're exactly hitting 50,000. That's what one of the things you'll learn in this training program is these normal round numbers are massive psychological markers, resistance levels and support levels. So what you'd want to do is mark them off. And if there's any other important resistance level that it spiked to before, like 70 or something, I would mark that off. But it hasn't. It's already broken previous resistance levels. The previous one was here, like 30. And notice, funnily enough, it hit the same mark. That's not weird. That it hits the same resistance level, pulls down, and now it's hitting psychological ones. Now let's see what it does. And I'm definitely interested already in this coin, even though I haven't done any research on it. So when I'm doing my quick scan, here are a few things I'm looking at. And by the way, as I'm looking, I'm actually setting up a trade potentially as well. Just because I've got that instinct now, I've done that many of these trades, I can almost pick up on whether something's going to move. And this looks like it's ready to break through 50 regardless. So I'm going to buy sizable position. But you guys shouldn't do this. You guys should be definitely checking the socials and stuff first before you take a position. I just want to get in kind of on the early side if possible because the volume looks healthy. Locked liquidity looks good. Everything else looks good. So I'm going to do a little buy kind of as we speak. And whilst I'm doing that, we'll have a look at a few other things. So I've just bought 4 Sol into this project. I think just a little bit under 4 Sol. That's what I bought. And now let's have a little bit of a look. So basically, it's got the socials here on the top, which is excellent. That's what we want to see. And also it's got all of the transactions here live as we're going through, which is really good as well. And what I like to do, zoom into the chart a little bit. I like to turn it onto a seconds chart, because I get a better idea of price action. Because remember, this has only been live for minutes. So even a minute chart doesn't give me enough information. This is showing me really what's going on. You can see we had resistance there. We pushed up, pulled back, and now we're knocking on the door of 50,000. The thing is, because these collections are so early, so new, that they're going to have a lot of momentum. So at the beginning, momentum. All collections have that at the beginning, as long as they're not complete scams. And even the complete scams have momentum for a minute or two before they kind of fall off. But now what I can do is that as I'm watching my position, obviously I've bought in already, so we'll see how it goes. I think we can break through 50, but there's no guarantees. Let's open the website and let's have a quick look at the Twitter as well. We won't do the Telegram for now, but usually I would do all three. We're having a look at this, and obviously it's Arab themed. It seems like a pretty bog standard, not the best website in the world, but this is pretty bog standard for this type of thing. And obviously it's a new sub niche as well. Maybe it will appeal more to people who are degen meme trading in the Middle East. Or is it not a bad thing? You know, that there's different markets involved. The Far East is a massive market, for example, when it comes to meme coins, as some of you will already know. Now, on their actual Twitter account, they don't have much following. That's not weird. That's kind of normal for these new collections. And they just have this one post just saying we're live. So, to be honest, not the best. This is kind of putting me off a little bit. But again, as long as they've got enough volume, enough interest in their Telegram, I'm interested. And you can see we're knocking on the door again. We might pull back, but I think we can get through. No guarantees. But this might not be one I trade for long. I might be just looking to take a quick 2x and get out. I'm not 100% sure if it's got the momentum. How do I check that? Well, it's the price action, but also the volume bars at the bottom. And also here, 24 hour, 6 hour, I can keep clicking on 5 hour and I can see in the last 5 minutes, 7,000. Keep that in mind. Make a mental note. We'll come back to that because we'll click that later and we'll see if it's dropped significantly or if it still has good volume kind of around there. And next thing I'm going to do is obviously click Telegram as well, just to make sure I've got the full picture. I'm going to show you the Telegram quickly as well, just so you can see what it's like. It's pretty standard setup. They seem to have in here loads of emojis and stuff. They've got the buy bot set up, so every time somebody buys for a particular level, it shows you. I find these useful sometimes because when I'm in the Telegram group, I can't keep an eye on the chart, but I can keep an eye on the market cap number here. And as long as that number is doing what I need it to do, then I'm happy. Because at the moment, it's kind of 50. It's going up and down. It's hovering around 50. It's not really moving up or down. It's kind of thinking about it. So I keep an eye on it. Let's see if it moves up. Then I look at the pinned messages to see if there's anything important from the developer about this. They said Deck Screener updated. That's good. That's the social links. They have to pay for that. That's a good sign from a project that they're bothering to actually pay for some stuff. That cost them $300 to pay for, and they've done that. So that's really good. Click on the next pinned message. Keep clicking on this pinned box, and it goes through all the pinned messages. Nothing interesting there. It's just a picture of a dog in a Lamborghini there. Cliche, but there you go. And then these pinned messages are just letting you know that the Twitter's launched and stuff. So not the greatest one in the world. They said the dev's based. Not a great project. This could be the same guy launching multiple projects, to be honest, and he just thought this time I'll do a bit of a Arab themed one. Look, they're proving what I've said is right. $299 exactly they paid, so they're just proving that they're putting their money where their mouth is on the project. Fair enough. And that they burned the tokens, which is really good as well. And let's just talk about that in terms of tokens. Let's talk about the locked liquidity. You can see here liquidity is locked. That's really good because it prevents rug pulls. What that means is they initially changed some of their Arab tokens with Solana and put them in this pool together, and they're locked forever now. They can't get those back in. So they probably put in a couple $1,000s with these Arab tokens, and that's it. Now here, price, for me in my position now, I'm seeing it moving up, is knocking off the 60,000. The next psychological level is 100,000. We may never get there. We may fall well short, but I'm watching very closely because sometimes we can get to like 80 or 90 and then we suddenly start selling off, and then I want to sell. I'm in profit already, good profit, but we might still fall back to 50. We might go back, but my absolute get out area, I think I bought it was quite low. It was like, where was it? I think 36, 38, something like that. I'll have to check on Bonkbot, which is what I'm using. But I basically bought here somewhere. And what I want to do is I'm happy to take a little loss or a little profit. It depends how the price action is looking. But those are my kind of lines in the sand. If the price just doesn't get going, I want to get out of there because I want to protect my capital. I don't want to lose all of my soul as I'm trying to grow the account. I want to protect it. So if one collection doesn't work out, look, I just shown you a new pairs. There's collections launching all the time. We'll just jump on another one. But let's give this one a little bit of time. Again, let's click on 5 minutes. It's showing me a live update there. Let's just click off it and on it. Volume is actually going up. So that's even really good. And we can actually zoom out. On here, zoom out because it's such an early collection is a 1 minute chart. So we can actually jump to a 1 minute chart here. And we can see the volume bars underneath, which will confirm that every kind of minute, the volume has been really good and actually rising a little bit. So that's a good thing. The volume is what moves these markets. And early on, there's always going to be momentum. It's when the momentum dies. Usually in the new collection, it's after as early as 20 minutes if there's no other hype or pump. It could be a bit longer. It could be a little bit less time. That's when the collection kind of dies out. Or it gets a second wave with volume and the price starts moving up. The other thing I'm interested in, if you scroll down here, you can see all of the buy orders. A lot of sell orders going on at the moment. Tiny amounts, nothing major. What I'm interested in here is if I click on USD and I click on at least 100, then it gets rid of some of the noise. This is only the collections that are only the transactions that are buying or selling more than $100. That's interesting. But I can customize it to, let's make it a little bit higher, 300. Then literally it will only be the odd ones every minute. A few buys, a few sells, and that's better. And you can get an idea, not only from the chart, but if I see loads of these turning red, over $300 collection, because you see someone just bought $700. They're quite confident then in the collection. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean they know what the hell they're doing when it comes to trading meme coins, but it means the price will hold. If I see 2 or 3 people in a row sell for 500 each, then I'm worried. Then I might get out because I can still take a good profit here if I get out. But I want to give the collection space to move as well, time to move, because things don't go up in a straight line when it comes to meme coins. Even on the way up, we're kind of zigzagging up as well. So we might get a sudden sell, people get a bit nervous, and then they buy back. So all the while, I'm keeping an eye on this. Now in these wave one, this initial part of a collection, wave one trades, I call these wave one trades. Because literally it's just after launch, it's the first move up for the collections that move. Most of them just die here anyway. But the ones that move up this first wave, I basically want to get out of the position within 20 minutes to max an hour. So there's no reason for you to get off the laptop or whatever you're using to trade. You should be just watching the chart, making a decision, hopefully booking a profit and moving on. You shouldn't be leaving to go and do something or go and eat or go to a party or go play some football. Like you should be just on the chart here. Because even now I could get out, book my profit and move along. And I'd be very happy with that. But even my profit, I say profit now, but this quickly could change in a minute and I could be suddenly making a loss. You know, things move quickly. These are meme coins. But at the moment, You can see in the 5-minute, there's a bit more selling creeping in now. But are there any big sells? Not massive ones, just small ones generally. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I'll probably reduce this to maybe, say, 240 or something, just in case I'm missing any big trades. You see, there's 245 buy, 288 sell. So I'm picking up a little bit more. There's a couple of sells. Then there's a decent enough buy. And then it's kind of getting a bit stagnant now. This is the time where you have to be careful. So 9:45, 10:30, we're a good, half an hour, 40 minutes in the collection. This is where they start to now lose momentum, especially this one that otherwise has no Twitter following. Website's pretty crappy, pretty bog standard. I'm actually looking now and I'm actually thinking, I'll probably sell here. Remember, I can always buy back. And you can see it's selling off more. So, this is the part where I'm looking to sell because I can always buy back. And I've got my bunk ball ready. I'm a little bit slower on the ball because I'm also doing a video at the same time. But I basically put 4 SOL in. And let's see if we can make a little bit of profit. I'm up about 18% and stuff. I'll probably book it here. Let me keep an eye on that. Actually, let me see if it's getting a little bit of support at that level. Because you see, we had a couple of quick sales and stuff. Let me see if it gets a little bit of support. No, it's struggling already. So, yeah, I'll probably book it here and see how we go. So, I've just completed that transaction and we're good to go. And it wasn't a massive profit, but a profit of around 18%, 1.8. So that's about 0.75 SOL. So that's decent. That's a decent flip for putting in 4 SOL. And remember, anywhere up here I could have sold and I would have made more. Actually, a good bit more. Nearly 2xing around here. No big deal. Like I said, I was looking to see if it would push up to the 100. You're never going to get them perfect. But the most important thing is you have to get the hell out as well quickly. This is wave 1. In wave 2 and wave 3, you don't have to panic as much as this one. But in this one, you have to get out. But notice, since it sold off a bit, got a big buy of £820 and the price is back up. And now I don't know what's going to happen. May get involved again, may not. But with these things, you don't want to overtrade either. You want to err on the side of caution. Assume that a lot of them are going to struggle sometimes. Now, the volume is still good. Look at the volume. 10,000 is still very, very good. Again, what I would probably do, have a quick look, see what's going on in their Telegram as well. Is there anything new that they've updated on? Are they doing anything different? Are they getting a lot of hype in the community? Who knows? But this is one where I'm looking at. My guess, I don't know, I could be completely wrong. My guess is probably not going to go very far once the volume kind of dies out. It could still have another pump to 100. I don't know. And if you bought here, it would get to 100x. It's just, I'm not liking it. And I've seen too many charts now to know that it's got a lot of stuff going against it. So, I'm not a fortune teller or anything, but very likely this could get a bit of a pump, and then within 2 hours it will be at the 20,000 mark, and then it will be down at 4K market cap, and it's done. And I've made my flip. I've made that move, and that was a good move. But even I was late because I saw the collection a little bit late. I could have got in a little bit of a lower price as well, but I prefer to wait and see it messing around with these important levels. If I see price dilly-dallying around a very important level, either a psychological level, 50,000, or its own resistance level, usually what it means, more often than not, is actually going to break through. Because meme coins are like a lot of things in crypto. They tend to have these blow-off tops. So what do I mean by that? So let's just go back a step. What I mean by that is, as the price is going up, let me just scroll to the left a little bit. You can see there's almost like a blow-off top setup. If the price went up here and was dilly-dallying around this, that's not how tops are formed, ever. So very likely it's going to go up and then do a blow-off top. But at some point it has to do a blow-off top. I see that all the time in meme coins, that I can show you hundreds of charts. Doesn't mean it's there 100% of the time, but I would say at least 95% or more of the time, this is what happens. Blow-off tops. So if I see price going sideways, consolidating, I'm buying because there's a very good chance it's going to break through. And that will book me a healthy profit. Now, in this particular wallet, this was the transaction. You can see the profit there as I was about to sell. But notice the market cap was 52 and it was kind of fluctuating. I think by the time I actually sold, because this just tells you live roughly what your profit is. By the time I sold, I think it probably went through a little bit higher, maybe 55 or something like that. But regardless, it's a profit. You book it, you take the 0.75 SOL and you move on to the next collection. If I had sold, obviously, at 70,000 market cap or something like that, I would have been up 2-3 SOL. No big deal because we don't know. And I prefer to let it run because if it ran to 100 and above and really started pushing, it would be obviously a lot more profit as well. So once you're in profit, you want to let your profits run as much as possible, as much as it's safe, but obviously you want to take profits as well. And if I had a bigger position and it was running a lot, I would sell a little bit of it and leave the rest to run. I'll leave that for this video. We'll discuss much more in the next one. Thanks for listening.